Okay, let's talk about something you might be doing right now. Chewing gum. But forget about fresh breath for a second. We're about to dive into the surprising science that connects the simple act of chewing with a real, measurable boost in your brain power.
It sounds a little crazy, doesn't it? Could a piece of gum really make you sharper, more focused, and improve your memory? Well, the research points to a surprising answer, yes. So let's get into exactly how this works.
To understand what's happening, you need to meet the star of our show, the hippocampus. You can think of it as your brain's memory headquarters. It's the part that's responsible for taking new information, like everything you're learning right now, and filing it away. And for the hippocampus to do its job well, it needs one thing above all else: fuel, a steady supply of it.
So how in the world does chewing provide that fuel? It's actually a pretty simple three-step chain reaction. First, when you chew, you're activating those big, powerful jaw muscles. Second, all that muscular action works like a pump, literally pushing more blood up into your head. And third, this is the magic part. That extra blood delivers a rush of oxygen and nutrients straight to your brain, especially to key areas like our friend the hippocampus.
And we're not talking about some tiny, insignificant change here. The scale of this effect is what's really wild. Studies have shown a massive 25 to 40% increase in blood flow to the brain while you're actively chewing. That is a huge surge of resources going directly to your cognitive engine.
So, what's the payoff? What does all this extra fuel actually do? Well, it's like giving your brain a turbo boost. All that extra oxygen allows your neurons, your brain cells, to fire off signals faster and more efficiently. And the result? Your attention gets sharper and your ability to make memories just sticks better.
This gets us to the why behind this whole mechanism. If you think about it from an evolutionary perspective, chewing is tied to eating. So for our ancestors, the act of chewing sent an alert signal to the brain, basically telling it, hey, pay attention, fuel is coming in. In response, the brain supercharges blood flow to its learning and memory centers, getting you ready to be focused and aware.
All right, so we've got the science down, we know the why and the how. Now for the fun part. How can you actually use this stuff to give yourself a little cognitive edge in your day-to-day life?
Here are a few simple hacks right from the research. First, the flavor. Mint seems to provide an extra little jolt of alertness. Second, timing is everything. Try chewing for about 5 minutes right before a test, a big meeting, or anything that demands your focus. Also, make sure it's sugar-free. You definitely don't want a sugar crash, canceling out all the benefits. And here's the coolest part. Even if you don't have gum, just a few deliberate jaw clenches can create a similar effect. It's the muscle activation that triggers the blood flow, not the gum itself.
So, to wrap it all up, the big takeaway is this. Mastication, that's the technical term for chewing, is so much more than a mundane habit. It's a direct biological trigger. It sends nutrient-rich blood straight to your hippocampus, measurably improving how well it works. It might just be one of the simplest brain hacks you can find. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to ponder. We've just seen how a simple physical act can directly boost our cognitive abilities. It really makes you wonder, what other simple, overlooked triggers are out there, just waiting for us to discover them, waiting to unlock more of our brain's hidden power?